Okay, so I will start the presentation. So I'm Guillaume Béraudot from Camp to Camp. I am one of the main contributors of the L3Js library, whose goal is to create and synchronize a 3D globe, a 3D Cesium WebGL globe from an open layer free 2D map. So now I will show you how to do it. It's really easy to set up. If you want to have stacked views, that is, the 3D globe is on top of the 2D map, then you just pass the open layers map to the constructor, and it will just create the globe for you and everything. And if you want side-by-side views, then you pass one more parameter, that is the DOM element where you want the Cesium globe to be attached. It's true. Now that's synchronization. By default, the content will be synchronized between open layers and Cesium. The synchronizers will be created in the constructor. But if you want to use your own synchronization logics, then you can also pass another parameter to do this. Now I will take some example. It's the vectors example from the project page to illustrate the synchronization, the two kinds of synchronizations that we have. For layers, it's a unidirectional synchronization. So, sorry, they're just static, but this presentation is online, and you can click, and you will just go to the example. I thought that because I don't have much time, it's easier like this. So on the left, there is the open layers 3 map, and on the right, it's the Cesium globe. So it's a side-by-side case, and so there is a raster. It's a Bing raster. It's the same on the two parts, and there is some vector layer with some styling, complex styling, some polygons, some circle even, and some symbols, some marker with a text style, and some lines also there with some dotted style. And for these layers, the synchronization is from open layer to Cesium. This means that when we change something from the raster or from the style or the vector features, then automatically it will be detected and it will be changed. It will get changed in the 3D globe. But it's just in this direction. If you happen to change something on the Cesium globe with the Cesium API, then there will be no synchronization in this direction. And there is bidirectional synchronization for the view parameters. That is the extent, the resolution of the map, and the rotation. If you are going to rotate, like Eric said, you can rotate with open layers 3 the map, and then it will also rotate on the Cesium globe. And if you rotate the Cesium globe by moving the mouse, then it will rotate on the map, on the 2D map. So this is true for the side-by-side example, and it will be also true if you are using the stacked case. So now I will show you a demo about the interaction, because now, even if it's two different libraries, there is open layers and there is Cesium, but still it is possible to have interaction that are spanning from 2D to 3D, and you will not feel that there are these two different libraries. So I prepared for this. Okay, so here we have the open layers 2D map. So I will just remove the sound. So it's the same. It's the video is also on the internet. You can just click on the previous link and you will see it. So there is the 2D map with some point. Here is one point of interest with some controls for this map. You can pan the map. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can edit some point of interest, either a direct point or draw some waypoints, a line. And so what I will show is so there is a button there to go from 2D to 3D, and from 3D to 2D. And so now I switch it to 3D, and you can see that's yes, it's stacked view, and the 3D globe gets just appeared, and we are seeing the perspective, and we are going to move some point. So we'll click on the button that's on the top, and then on one of the horsemen, and to move them in 3D. So we click and drop it, and it gets dropped on the terrain in 3D. And you can move to 2D. Yes, it's not very clear, but what happened is that we were in 3D. We picked this point of interest, and we switched it to 2D. And after switching, we dropped the point in 2D. So we took it in the Cesiu map, but we dropped it on the open layers map with its own coordinate. And now the point has moved, and it will have moved, of course, both in open layers and on 3D. So there are many things that we can share like this between 2D and 3D. So for example, you can implement really easily some night mode, and then you will have the night mode in 2D, but going to 3D, it's also going to be presented like this. So okay, so I'm back. So what is interesting is that we have just we have shared the 2D and the 3D views. We have shared the controls. It's the same controls when you interact both with the open layer and with the Cesiu globe, and you can edit the point of interest either in 2D or 3D. And there are these interactions that can span from 2D to 3D, from 3D to 2D. And it opens up a new way of interacting with a map. So now, about the community. So, this project was started by 3 companies, so Come to Camp, Clocan, and Boundless. There has been more than 400 commits from 8 contributors. So we have all the code is public, and it's a BSD license and in GitHub. We are doing monthly releases. So the goal is to integrate the changes from All3 and Cesiu, because both libraries are also taking a monthly release pace. So we want every month to be synchronized with them. And so you want to check the change.md file in the root of the project, where you will find every breaking and non-breaking change that we have to do. It's a young project, but it also means that it's a project where you can make a big impact by giving us your feedback, reporting issues, sending contributions, and because we are at the crossroad of open layers and Cesium, from here you can have a big impact in both communities. So, for example, this week we get a report from a user that something was not drawing correctly on his screen, but in fact it was a problem in Cesium. It was a one-year-old problem in the globe, and because of him coming here and getting us feedback, we were able to get the problem solved in Cesium. So today, when there will be the new release of Cesium, it will be fixed for everyone. So for the future of the library and the project, we want to continue improving the policies of this young project and the code. Add more functionalities, of course, like to be able to more easily place features on terrain. It should be automatic in the next release of Cesium, so we want to integrate it. This night mode. The previous example was some work in progress work, so lots of things inside, like the night mode or the smooth transition from 2D to 3D, like Google Map, where you have the line, the bottom line that is fixed. You see that it's not the center of the screen, but it's the bottom line that is fixed. Yes, there is more work to get it really mainstream in the project. So one big point is that we want to, of course, keep up with the open layers and Cesium pace with the monthly releases and lots of improvements. And very important point is that this project goal is to have something that works directly, of course, but every project has different needs, so we want to be able to be customizable so that you can have your own synchronizers, your own logics, and with a minimal effort, you will be able to use the library for your needs. Okay, so the end of the presentation, and if you have questions.